I'm Zeynep.
And it's Mert here.
And we're going to be talking about the integrated store and online model of Zara. First, we have digital integration. What does digital integration mean? Digital integration refers to having physical stores and digital channels function as a single system. As Zara CEO Pablo Ayla mentioned, it's much more than stock integration, it's everything. And to break down that sentence, it not only affects the store design but also the logistics and data keeping. Moving on to our second question, was Zara delayed in entering the online business? Yes, they were late. Zara launched its online channel in 2010, where its competitors had already established an online presence. However, they had some particular reasons for that. First, they were concerned about the customer experience and they wanted to protect the brand identity. As I was explained, they were unsure about entering the online channels before PCs or smartphones were widespread. And also, they wanted to make sure the operational integration needs were met. Moving on to fast fashion, Zara's business model is based on fast fashion. They detect new trends and deliver them within a few weeks. Here we have the 4 core components of fast fashion. It begins with trend analysis, where brands quickly identify the emerging needs and trends. This is followed by rapid design and production. Their first internal design and agile in-house production helps them to tweak better than their competitors, which is then the resulting products are offered at affordable prices for mass market pricing to attract wide customer base. Finally, frequent collection drops and the constant sense of newness creates a FOMO, fear of missing out, and scarcity mentality with their customers, and there's a high store traffic via newness. We have Fisher's responsiveness versus efficiency metrics. For starters, we have 2 dimensions of it. We have the product type and the supply chain type. Product type includes functional products and innovative products, whereas Zara lies on the innovative part of it. We have the demand predictability low, the life cycle short, and the margins are high. In the supply chain type, we have the goal of minimizing the cost on efficient supply chain. However, to maximize speed and flexibility is the main component of responsive supply chain. And the main focus of responsive supply chain is the fast reaction to demand, where actually Zara tries to attract. So, Zara lies here under innovative product and responsive supply chain on Fisher's responsiveness versus efficiency metrics.
And now we go on with the operational capabilities enable this value proposition. The first one is exactly proximity manufacturing, which Zara chooses manufacture near to its headquarters. And in second, we have centralized design and data feedback, which is heavily important on its fashion trends. And in third one, agile logistics and distribution is also very important operational capability. And the last one will be RFID and real-time inventory tracking, which enables Zara to check on the products which are where, what time, and how many products do they have. They check it by RFID.
Also, I want to add for RFID, you can see where the product is kept in the stores. For example, if I'm a customer and I get the product from one specific part of the store and I go around the store, I try it on, I buy it or not, they all have the information for that, which helps Zara that when exact time I lost the interest with the product, or when I was curious about the similar type of products, and etc., which helps them to leverage better data keeping, providing, and also forecasting. It also helps forecasting with the data they already have.
So, to continue, we have actually two questions for you. Who shops at Zara stores and what is the Zara's value proposition? What do you think, Zeynep?
Okay, let me answer it not with logics but by my heart. Who shops at Zara stores? Zara's target audience is fashion conscious customers who always keeps track of the new trends and emerging needs in fashion. And the young adults and professionals seeking affordable, stylish clothing. For example, women aged 18 to 25 tend to buy more from Zara stores compared to the elderly women. Also, customers who value variety and speed and newness over brand prestige. So,
Yeah.
and the second question
Will be what's the Zara's value proposition?
Zara's value proposition is in line with who shops at Zara. Zara's value proposition mainly offers that fast, fashionable, and affordable clothing with constant new arrivals and limited stock, which creates an urgency in customers' mind. Yeah. What do you think about it?
I think the Zara's value proposition has like a very high impact on the young ones who like goes behind the trend fashions. I think they're like addicted to fashionable products Zara made, and I
Yeah.
think Zara gives the value highly better to the customers.
Yes, exactly.
So for the next slide, we will go and compare Zara's production model and Gap's production model. So in Zara's model, we have offshore manufacturing, where it's mainly located in China, Bangladesh, India, that type of countries,
Asian countries.
Asian countries. Due to high numbers produced, Zara goes focused on only never out of stock basics like white t-shirts and essentials. So for the proximity manufacturing,
Can I add something, by the way?
sure. Go ahead.
For offshore manufacturing, they do it in Asia to leverage from the lower unit costs. Since white t-shirts or, I mean, black t-shirts, let's say, you are never going to be out of stock or people are never going to lose interest on that because it's not trendy but it's a classic. So they know that they're going to be able to sell those inventory related basics. They go with China, Bangladesh and India where the unit costs are slightly lower than the proximity manufacturing places.
Yeah, now we will look at the proximity manufacturing. So Zara's headquarters at Spain, and their strategy is on to have like a close strategic alliance on the manufacturing side to improve their communication with the manufacturers and have a lower defect on products. They use Spain, Moroccan, Portugal and Turkish producers for quick response factories, which are the essentials of the fast fashion models, which provides lead times very short.
Yes, and I also want to add, when I was in the industry where we were selling denim to Zara, actually not only Zara but the Inditex group, Zara wasn't only looking after the lower unit costs or blah blah blah. They weren't even trying to leverage from the economics of scale. They were also really conscious about the sustainability phase of it. Look at my jean, actually this is from Zara, and these jeans are not high quality, but these are all recycled from the jeans Zara already had in their storages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to go on with the Gap's model, they use Asian providers just like Zara uses at offshore manufacturing. They usually have longer periods of leads, which is 8 to 10 months from design to delivery, where we see that Zara had in its fast fashion model 2 weeks from design to delivery. And from the cost side, units costs are much cheaper than Zara for Gap because they are producing a mass size. And to keep on to the risks, Zeynep, would you like to add something?
Yes, I can tell. So, Gap's production model works slightly, not slightly, actually drastically slower than Zara's production model. They are more traditional with the advertisement, and they need 8 to 10 months to deliver the design to the customers, which they lose the track of trends, and they need to go with the basics all the time, every place, everywhere. So, if the consumer tastes shift, Gap is left with excess stock, which will be speaking about in the upcoming slides also. They are heavily reliant on discounts and outlet stores to clear inventory, which shakes the margins significantly, which we will be talking about it later. Here we are going to be talking about it. So this is the table we got from our case study. From our case study, as you can see from here, Zara has a higher revenue than Gap, with approximately $12 billion actually, and the gross margin is 56.7 for Zara and 38.2 for Gap, which leads us to 18% of difference on gross margin as well. As you can see, Gap has a slightly higher inventory turn than Zara, with actually 1 point. However, this turnover ratio is not a weakness, but a byproduct of maintaining full price sales. As we mentioned before, Zara doesn't go with heavy discounts, but they are always out of stock with the scarcity mentality they provide on their customers. So, you can see, because of the business type Gap provides, they work offshore 90% in Asia, whereas Zara has 50-60% of proximity in European Union and Turkey. So, and the advertising spend, let's talk about that. Gap has a high traditional advertisement spending because they do big billboard jobs as well as online marketing and all. However, Zara leverages from the word of mouth marketing strategy. By that I mean, whenever Zara opens a store, there you can never see a new advertisement on a billboard or anywhere, but you will see the big flagship store located in the best place of the city. For example, New York's Fifth Avenue, Istanbul's İstinye Park, Dubai's Qatar's Doha, and all. Italy's Duomo. However, you won't be able to see Gap in all of those places, but mostly you will see them in the outlets or the malls. So, unlike Gap's discount-driven turnover, Zara has a lower inventory turn. However, they have a higher gross margin than Gap. For further investigation on that, how does Zara produce at higher cost and still have higher margins? Most products are sold at full price, as I told you before. Small batch production Zara leverages from, which means low overstock equals to low clearance cost. They have a fast product cycle, new styles every 2 to 3 weeks, which keeps the demand high, and the efficient store as marketing model. Zara spends very little on advertising, unlike Gap. You will see Zara coming soon on a new opening store and nothing more on anywhere, anytime.
But we see those shops all around the world, like in Europe, in Istanbul.
Yes, exactly.
They make the impact, I believe.
Yes, exactly. And also, this is a new trend. Zara actually started to customize better their changing rooms because the social media influencers have started a new trend for Zara by doing the marketing for them actually, and by having a good changing cabinet, they can achieve more clicks on online as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So here we are also repeating what we have said in other words, and I want to actually talk a little more about this. Zara's inventory discipline gives heavy discounting. Zara achieving higher gross margins than ROCE despite slower inventory turns because it maintains pricing power and reduces waste. Integration of offline and online channels. We have both opportunities and challenges here. But however, Zara leveraged the best they could from these integration of offline and online channels, and now Zara doesn't even have a competitor in fast fashion that could be compared to by looking at the valuation of the company. So, for the opportunities, integration of offline and online channels enables seamless omni-channel experience, improves inventory efficiency, boosts customer satisfaction and loyalty, and allows faster last-mile delivery via nearby store fulfillment. For example, in the big cities, Zara can provide you the dress you want in a single day. Since there are many flagship stores, for example, in Istanbul, İstinye Park is a flagship store which works efficiently for both tourists and the locals, where you can order an online product and can receive it with only 50 Turkish liras more in a day. And the challenges, it requires a real-time inventory visibility. Zara can do that really easily by thanks to RFID technologies and the online technologies as well. It adds complexity to store operations. I would also like to mention Zara's store managers. They need to have at least 5 to 10 years of experience on store managing, or at least face-to-face salesperson. Also, for challenges, there is a risk of channel conflict. However, Zara has spent billions of dollars to avoid this conflict. And there demands unified IT infrastructure across channels. However, for now, Zara hasn't had any problems related to this kind of IT infrastructure and all.
Yeah, to go with the information and fulfillment metrics, we will look about first for the information flow. As we can see, data accuracy and visibility is very important, and also speed of these data providing to the shops or for the headquarters is very important also. So for the fulfillment capability, how flexibility and efficiently it delivers products, as we can see there, Zara is very good on that side also, and we can put the Zara's omnichannel with the high fulfillment and high information metrics.
What is Zara's consolidation approach? As I said before, Zara is closing smaller stores and opening large modern flagship stores in central high-traffic locations. I would like to give an example from the case. In Bilbao, Zara recently closed 4 stores, 4 smaller and inefficient stores, to replace it with one larger and technologically advanced flagship store, which provides more space and experience-oriented team of people. They are more digitally enabled. For example, I'm going to be talking about an example, İstinye Park. Right now, if you even go to the self-checkout by yourself with the phone you have, and if your account is already open, the account can see what you have taken with you, all over your store experience, what you have tried on by getting inside the cabinets with the tags for example, t-shirt has. And also, whenever you buy something from the online store, you will also get recommendations on specifically on your taste from Zara. It says like you might like, and then gives the similar design of what you have bought recently. And also, they are better suited to support omni-channel operations, which are click and collect. For example, I really like this one shoe and I want to buy it. However, it's not available on online. Then what do? I just look at which stores I can buy it from. And this is because sometimes warehouses are out of stock. However, the flagship stores are still in stock. So, for click and collect, returns and store fulfillment. Returns. Zara actually really has a good advanced return policy. Right now, most of our generation is buying the clothes from Zara and not only and having the time to decide more than they could in the stores, because they give you 30 days to decide whether you like it or not. And with the FOMO psychology you buy that at the split second and you get it to your house and think about it for a week or two, and then you decide on it whether you want to keep it or not. However, when you want to return it and you get back to the store, you see the new designs, new clothing that came up, and the new design of of the store, not only the products, and you see that you might need this one rather than that one. So rather than returning it, you just change the item.
I believe this easiness on the return policy could increase the consumption of the consumers.
Exactly.
Thinking besides the environment.
Yes, exactly. Because the consumers think that they are free to buy it because they can return it whenever they want in that month. However, many surveys had been done on it, since if you ever look at ChatGPT or artificial intelligence programs, you will see that because Generation Z is a consumerism oriented generation, and Zara's target audience is mostly Generation Z with fashion seeking, mostly women. Yeah. So the advantages of flagship stores: higher sales, less total inventory, better customer experience, letting customers try in store and then ordering online, supporting in-store pickups and returns, and more product offerings at one single place. What benefits come from integrating channels and inventory? Firstly, we have inventory flexibility. If you don't want to keep the product in the warehouse, then just put it in your store. You are going to be selling it either way, from online or from the store. Seamless omnichannel experience, operational efficiency, improved data and demand forecasting. I have already talked about this, so I don't want to repeat myself, but for another point of view, I want to say that by writing improved data and demand forecasting, you can also analyze the people in store from whether they want to change their taste or not. Zara's flagship store strategy enhances customer experience and is a smart move for long-term growth. So Zara should never lose this integration and actually start improving it. So, store fulfillment of online orders. Is it a good idea? Yes, yes, yes. Speeds up the delivery, lowers cost, improves inventory productivity.
How does it change during the season?
At the start of the season, inventory is centralized in the distribution centers.
But as the season progresses, store inventory becomes the main source for fulfilling online orders, especially leftover items.
For example, in the beginning of the season sales, you probably get your item shipped to you from the distribution centers rather than the flagship stores. However, by the end of the season or end of the trend that week, that couple of weeks, you actually get them from the flagship stores to both clear the inventory of the flagship store and also for benefiting from the shipping costs. Zara introduced the virtual window where leftover in-store units are prioritized for online sales as well.
Yeah. So, to compare again with the Gap, Zeynep, what do you think? Can Gap copy Zara for advanced order management systems?
No.
For RFID infrastructure?
No, they don't even have the RFID infrastructure implemented in their software systems.
What about agile production and supply chain?
I don't think so, because they take 8 to 10 months to only deliver one product. How are they even going to be talking about the agile production for starters?
Yeah, I think so.
How does an individual firm like Zara manage a supply chain? How does it get new products from design to store so quickly?
I think we have been covering these first question as the first part of the presentation. For the second part, what are some of the ways Zara supply chain management system has helped create value for its customers? Provide specific examples. And for the third one, what challenges did Zara focus on supply chain efficiency create? Are all such systems destined to suffer similar growing pains? We will reach on these now. So, to go overall for the Zara supply chain, all suppliers and factories involved in the production are declared and approved through a central IT system which benefits all the role players in the system, and also high responsiveness with the fast fashion model we have already explained, and better inventory accuracy with the RFID chips, which Zeynep also has been mentioned. And for the fast fashion model, to deep in, we have every 2 weeks deliveries from design to the stores, and rapid production and distribution systems are mainly our capability to go on. And for the vertically integrated supply chain, it just powers the system and reduces the efficiencies. And for the manufacturing, we have suppliers who is geographically close to the headquarters, which creates better communication, which are mainly in Spain, Portugal, and Turkey. Yeah. So to keep up, we have the Zara's global distribution center at the middle, and the cube in the middle, and we have all other suppliers, raw material suppliers, store managers, clothing factories, fashion designers. These all role players are centralized and with high communication with the headquarters, and they are centralized in the distribution centers.
May I for a better undermining, I want to say that fashion designers go with the garment design sketches, and again the cube responsible for all the raw materials, managers, fashion designers, clothing factories from A to Z to the production cycle. They either say yes to the designer's product, the designer I mean, or no, and then the fashion designer reviews and does the sales performance, and then the clothing factories, after the fashion designers sent the products, garment orders and cut fabrics are asked, and the finished garments are later received on, and the store managers, they take a great particular responsibility here. They do garment orders and they receive finished garments as well. We already talked about the raw material suppliers, which 60% of it is supplied from the proximity manufacturers.
Yeah. So here we can see a logistic hub of Zara, mainly located in Zaragoza, a city in Spain, and its manufacturing center is way up on the Viveiro, next to the Bay of Biscay. And these all roads and manufacturer has been centralized according to the logistic hub, and then the products are sent to the shops at the particular places. Just click on. So, for creating value for customers, Zara, I think, is a successful company. They use fast fashion model and high responsiveness, which creates Zara to let them create the fashion trends and also apply their products according to it. And also low batches of production of Zara is highly important, because with low quantities in the shop, Zara creates a sense of exclusivity where FOMO behavior has been explained by Zeynep before. So another creating value point is that frequent new arrivals, as we have also mentioned, renewing the products at frequent levels gets higher visits to the shops and creates more relations better, creates relations better. And for the last bullet, efficient inventory management by RFID gets the products where it's needed to shops and meets the customer demands.
I want to add something about that. Right now you're going to be seeing a denim heel from Zara, which you won't be able to find it in any store from Turkey. That I bought it from New York's Fifth Avenue. This is a slightly riskier and more competitive design than a normal. Let me just show it to you in a split second. Here we have the slingbacks in black, which is also from Zara and which I bought from Istanbul. These are more classic and not that risky as these denim ones. And my point here is, if Zara had put those denim heels in Istanbul, they would probably won't be able to sell all over the stocks. That's because of the preparation and the taste of the customer base. So the RFID inventory management actually helps to position the product type to the
Right customers?
right customers, the optimal location. I mean, you won't be able to sell that much revealing clothes in Dubai or Doha, whereas you would be able to thrive in New York or Milan or Paris, for example. So this RFID not only keeps track of the customer's needs or the amount or the quality quantity type of basis, but also the taste of the customers as well.
So to keep on, we will look for the challenges focused and the solutions that Zara has provided. So for the first challenge, we see that stockouts in some stores due to misshipment or not fulfilled orders from store to headquarters leads to not meeting the demand of the customer very well. And as we have mentioned, Zara has provided and implied an integrated IT system which allows Zara to get the right product to the right position and right consumer. And for the second bullet, we have inventory set and used and increasing storage cost, where another store desperately pleaded for the same inventory. This is the challenge that we have, Zeynep has talked about. Zara has adopted new mathematical processes which consist of human experience and data driven. As also Zara has, as we know, invested a lot of technology and infrastructure of the firm. To keep up with the challenges, Zara has 2.5 million sales per month, which is like a really high number, and it faces danger of clogged artery, where the supply chain get blocks and not deliver the products. So for the solution Zara had provided, expanding the in-store pickup options and encouraging the online users to visit the stores by in-store pickup. As you have mentioned, the Zara is providing in-shop pickups and like letting the customers get the feeling of the company and branding more in the real flagship stores, I believe.
Yes.
It increases the visits. And for the last challenge, sustainable and ethical concerns. As a fashion company, it is like it will always be a concern for the sustainability.
May I add?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. In Bossa right now sells most of the denim to the Inditex group, and they have actually did their investments starting from 2021, when even the European Union's Green Pact wasn't a deal. However, they forecasted it and started to change it rapidly to stay ahead of their competitors before they could benefit from Turkey's essential resources, like I mean the companies, production companies, manufacturing companies, I mean. And yes, you can keep on.
Yeah, and for this challenge, Zara has aimed to have 100% sustainable fabrics till the end of 2025, which we see on Zeynep's pants that they're 100%
Yes.
sustainable and made
Yeah.
from the early clothes. And I think that's a good solution for these concerns.
Because if you are creating this mess by pushing the people to buy more than they actually need from social media marketed, then you should be able to solve the challenges you are creating to create a better sustainability, not only in the sense of ecological, but also in the sense of economics, sociological, and all.
So, what about the competitors' challenges? Similar companies like H&M and Gap also struggle with balancing the speed, cost, and sustainability issues of their firms. I believe a well-designed supply chain must adapt to changing consumer preferences and external risks, where these struggles could be solutioned. Yes. So, are these challenges undeniable? So, the conflict between rapid production and sustainability, the fast fashion sector is under growing examination.
European Union's Green Deal Pact,
Yes.
for example.
Yeah, the regulations are getting more and more strict upon these days, and quick trend production frequently sacrifice environmental well-being, which she has just talked about. For the suggestions, we suggest that utilizing AI for demand forecasting to reduce the overproduction of these clothes and items, and also implementing circular design strategies like H&M has a new recycling program where you can give clothes and get a discount on the new clothes you buy. Like that, some of programs will be better for the environment. As we have said, finding the balance between speed and environment is very important. Yes.
Yes, thank you for listening to us.
Yes. Have a good night.
Have a good night, have a good day.